Hi friends, I'm Abby and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some new 5-star predictions, seeing how well I might know my taste and just telling you which books I really anticipate I'm going to love, that are going to be my new favourites, that I'm really hoping will be my new favourites, because I do not want this to lead to disappointment. So I have a handful today. I have some sequels, I have some new releases, I have some ones that are sat on my TBR, so I'm going to chat through them and why I think these ones might be new favourites for me. Okay, so we'll start with the sequels because I feel as though as a sequel it sort of has a good place, a good start. It's already at the front of the pack in the race because it's got the books that have come before it setting the precedence for it. So I have Rhythm of War by Brandon Sanderson, which I anticipate will be a 5-star read when I get to it. I have really enjoyed working my way through the Cosmere and working my way through the Stormlight Archive, having recently finished Oathbringer. So I am on a little hiatus, maybe for a few months, before I pick up Rhythm of War, because these books take a lot out of me, I feel. Like they're quite a big chunk of work, but I do anticipate when I do get to this that I will love it, that it will be a new favourite, and I will be very excited to be as caught up and in the same place as everybody else, finally. So Rhythm of War I anticipate will be a 5 stars. As with quite a few books by Brandon Sanderson, I have generally rated his books quite highly, so it would not surprise me. The other sequel that I have is the Lonesome Crown by Brian Lee Durfee. I have really loved The Forgetting Moon and The Blackest Heart by him, which I read a couple of years ago. I do intend to do a reread, to then read this one, because my memory is going a little bit foggy on them. And I did plan to do it in like January, February, but it's just not happening. The mood has not struck for the dark, epic, long fantasy. I'm sure it will come, but it's not come just yet. But I do anticipate when I do get to this that it will be a 5-star favourite because of my feelings for the first and second book. The first book is like a epic, dark fantasy set in this world where there are two opposing countries at war with each other. You have like a lost heir, you have secret passageways and castles as you follow the royalty and the families there, you have assassins, you have different creatures. It's just got so many things that I love in fantasy, and I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to end and how this is all going to wrap up. When I do get to it, I anticipate this will be a 5-star favourite. The couple of new releases that I think are going to be favourites, these are both by authors that I've read from before, so I have that going in, that I feel like I know these authors, I know that I like their writing style, I know I like the way that they craft their books, their plots, their characters, the arcs that their books go through. I know that in theory, as long as these books match their previous work, I should love them. So the first of these being Happy Place by Emily Henry. I have really loved her other 3 romance books, and so I anticipate and really hope that Happy Place will fall in the same place as those other 3 books. So this one follows a couple who have broken up months ago, but they've made a pact to come back together for their week-long vacation with their friends. So this is following them on this holiday together as they are trying to pretend that they are still together when actually they have broken up months ago. And I assume it's going to be them coming back together in reality through them pretending that they are together. And I'm excited. I really, really hope that this gives me the romance vibes that I am after. And the second new release that I anticipate will be a 5-star favourite is The Adventures of Amine al-Sirafi by S.A. Chakraborty. I absolutely adore the Dagobah trilogy. I have read it, I think, 3 times now. I love that series. And so when I heard that S.A. Chakraborty had a new book coming out, I mean, I have to read it. I have to read it straight away. I anticipate and I seriously hope that it lives up to the Dagobah trilogy. I mean, it's a high standard I have for her. So I really hope my expectations can be met. This one, I believe we're following a pirate on the high seas, and she is trying to claim her place within the world. We have pirates, we have sorcerers, we have forbidden artifacts and ancient mysteries in one woman's determined quest to seize a final chance at glory and write her own legend. And I'm excited. I'm always after like a pirate book done well. I think I've read a few that have been very disappointing. And so I really hope that this one like lives up to the pirate fantasy dream I have been trying to find. And then I have a few books as well that are on my existing TBR. I mean, I do really hope that of the books on my TBR, they could all be 5-star favourites, because otherwise it's really sad that I would be buying books and then thinking that I wasn't going to really like them. So I do hope that out of all the books on my TBR, that they would be 5 stars. I mean, that is quite unlikely because that's just not the way that the world works, but I can really hope, I can hope that all of them would be. But here are 3 that I really hope will be 5-star favourites. So these all start of series, one of which I have read from the author before and 2 of which would be new to me authors. So those ones are slightly more risky picks because I do not know how these authors write and their writing styles. But so from the author that I have read from before, I anticipate that Dreamer's Pool by Juliette Marillier will be a 5-star favourite, because I really enjoyed the Seven Waters trilogy that I read last year, particularly Daughter of the Forest, which was an all-time favourite, not just of the year, but of my lifetime. I really loved Daughter of the Forest. So I have hope that Dreamer's Pool will match that same vibe, that same writing style, that same character development that we got in Daughter of the Forest. I did enjoy and really like the second 2 books in the Daughter of the Forest trilogy, but not quite to the same extent as Daughter of the Forest. But I have heard really good things about the Blackthorn and Grimm novels. So in this we're following Blackthorn, and in order to escape death, she forgoes vengeance against the man who destroyed her life and to assist anyone who asks for her help. Accompanied by a former prison mate, a silent hulk of a man named Grimm, she finds a home in Dalriada on the fringe of a mysterious forest. And I think it is them helping the community there and potentially their romance. And I expect there will be some magic and some people getting up to mischievous deeds that they have to try and save. And I believe as well this is set in the same world as Daughter of the Forest, so that medieval island setting. Really anticipating and hoping I will love this. And then I have Fireborne by Rosaria Munda. This is the first book in a trilogy. I believe it is all now published, and quite a few of my friends have really enjoyed this. So, and I feel as though I have similar taste to them, so I hope that my taste would align with this book as well. It is a YA political fantasy, and we're following 2 characters, Annie and Lee, and I believe prior to the start of the book there has been a revolution, and these 2 characters are raised in an orphanage together, but one of them is from the aristocrats. Yes, I really did just say aristocrats instead of aristocrats. That used to rule the world prior to the revolution, and one of them is from an orphan lowborn family which suffered under the previous regime. So I believe that these 2 people were raised together in this orphanage, and they've also undergone training to become dragon riders and rivals for the top position in the dragon riding fleet. I have heard that this is very good for the politics. Overall, I've heard really amazing things about the whole trilogy, so I would anticipate loving this series, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then the final 5-star prediction for this video is the Final Strife by Zahra El Arifi. This is the first book in a trilogy, and in this we have multiple perspectives. In this world there are different types of blood, and depending on your blood it determines your rank within society. And prior to the start of the book, different children have been swapped so that their position in society is changed, and they are able to get different perspectives of the other sectors of society. And I believe we're following different characters from each sector, and I believe that there is a set of trials happening to determine the next rulers of the empire, and our characters are going to enter or be part of these trials. Overall, I've heard really rave reviews for this, and I'm very much anticipating diving into it. I believe the sequel is coming out in April, so we're just holding off until we're closer, probably to that second or even that third book's release, before diving into this one. So there are some 5-star predictions that I have. Let me know if you, having read these books, would agree and that you think these could be 5-star predictions for me, or what are some 5-star predictions that you have for yourself. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my future videos. Bye!